Hello, I am Daniel, and today we're working on a 2017 Honda Odyssey with 139,000 miles on it. We are changing the spark plugs, and this can be done on a 2011 through a 2017. Lots of videos out there, but only one with Daniel from Sweet Berry Wood. Alright, today we popped off our engine cover. Super easy, just flathead screwdriver, two little plastic nuts to turn on that. We pop that off, it's over here. Then we take our fancy pantsy 10 millimeter, where's our 10 millimeter? Where's our 10 millimeter? Oh, here it is. Our 10 millimeter ratchet, and we take off these little guys. These little nuts that are holding our coil packs in. And see that little hole right there on the top of the coil pack? That is just connected to that little bolt right there. And this nut is a 10 millimeter. So we use the 10 millimeter socket and we get 3 off. So you see those bolts popping out and they're silver. So we got 1, 2, 3 coil packs, and see those holes? Those holes right there? Yeah, that's where the coil packs go in, and they're just loose. Once you take off this one little nut, these are loose, and you pull those out. And you want to make sure that you remember where they go in. So you can see those 3 bolts sticking out, and that's how it was in. This was first, second, third, and then the backside, you got to go in blindly because you can't see. There's too much heavy metal and stuff, so you got to kind of feel around in the backside there. But it's the same scenario as the front. You're just going in blind, and you're popping those out. Just a 10 millimeter on this little nut. Make sure you save all your nuts and keep those off to the side. I just use the engine cover to hold all my gear. It works. I'm a simpleton. So anyway, then you want to get your brand new spark plugs, and you don't want to go cheap here. You want to get the NGK spark plugs because the coil packs that your car currently has works best with NGK. You don't want to get those cheap Amazon. And I got the laser iridium premium. You don't want to get the cheap ones. Spend some good money, get some good spark plugs. All right. So the ones I took out, you want to inspect those, see if there's like oil and grease. These have 130,000 miles on it, and my car was still firing up on negative 25-degree mornings this winter. You know, which is crazy. But these look pretty good, except for, you know, age. And then you want to investigate your coil packs. And you want to look, making sure that all the seals are in good shape and not peeling. There's no cracks on anything. And my coil packs look amazing. For 139,000 miles, these coil packs are ready to go, you know, another 100,000 probably. So my coil packs are in good shape. I've already hand tightened my brand new laser iridiums in the holes, you know, right there, in there. Hand tightened with my fancy D-Lima bobbers. But you want to make sure that you torque these bad boys down. Now the big question is, will this big long torque wrench work in these tight spaces? I think I can make it work in the front. I'm not so sure what's going to happen when I get to the backside. So stick around to the end of this video so we can see how that works, because there's not a lot of room to work back in there. Holy cow, guys, I am super nervous. There's some videos out there saying that you need to use like anti-seize on your spark plugs, but actually with these laser iridiums, they actually recommend that you don't use any anti-seize on the threads that you put them in there dry. So, you know, maybe with some cheap off-brand spark plugs, or, you know, back in your great-grandpappy's day, they used to put anti-seize on the spark plugs, but it's recommended that you don't. I've seen other videos where they're doing the same Honda Odyssey minivan and they're saying use anti-seize, but pro tip, if you're using the top of the line laser iridiums, don't use anti-seize on the threads. However, dielectric grease on your, see, I got this dielectric grease right here. I'll put a link in the description. I got all my stuff on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for my tools that I got. Even this fancy spark plug wrench, I got it on. This whole black piece is connected and it's worked beautifully. It's got a magnet. It's a beautiful tool. You're not gonna jack anything up with that special spark plug wrench. You want to put that dielectric grease just on the inside of this opening, like a little squeeze, and it doesn't have to be all the way around the circle on the inside or anything, but just a nice little amount. I'll show you that in a second. But once you've inspected everything, you should be good to go to torque in your spark plugs. Now, the big moment here is, can I use this pretty regular size torque wrench on the backside? I have these fancy adapters, extension adapters that like move and flop around and stuff. So I hope that helps and gives me the movement I need on the backside. So that way I can use this big honking torque wrench. I'm hoping that I don't need to go buy a specialty torque wrench. I've seen videos where the guys are like hand tighten it and stuff, but it's like, golly, some of that advice is not pro level. And I don't claim to know it all, but I know that, you know, if it needs to be torqued to a spec, you should probably torque it to a spec just for kicks. So, yeah. All right, I got my torque wrench on 13 pounds of torque, which is what is required. Now, wish me luck. All right, guys. I'm a little nervous that this is not torqued properly. I hope it's irrational. I have a feeling. All right, guys, let's just get in here. Let's get in here. Let's get a view. There we go. All right. Wish me luck on this torque here. Holy cow. Oh, I think it's getting tighter. Make sure it's still on 13. God, I'm nervous. I feel like I'm over tightening it already. Come on, it's a torque wrench, right? Lock, unlock. I'm nervous, dude. This should make a noise. Good God. I don't want to be stripping anything. I am nervous, dude. I feel like I'm breaking something. I just want to hear the click. I'm not hearing a click. All right, we are here on the next day. I had to go run to the store and get a new torque wrench because I was getting nervous that the torque wrench I had wasn't working properly. So we want 16 pounds of torque on this bad boy. And obviously you don't want to destroy anything. So I got my new iridiums in and we're just gonna wait to hear that click. There it is. All right. Whew. Now rinse and repeat about 6 times. Five more other than that one. All right, we got those 3 front spark plugs torqued. Now we are going to pop our beautiful little, what do you call these bad boys? Coil packs back into location. But we are going to add some of our dielectric grease to the inside of this hole right there. All right, guys, dielectric grease right in this spot. So wish me luck. I mean, they just say, you know, some. So that should be good. Just a pea size maybe on the inside. All right, now we are going to slide this guy in. So wish me luck. Oh boy, it's kind of some tricky maneuvering here. Gotta find a space. Oh boy. Gotta find the right angle. This could take some effort. All right, finally got it in location. And push it in tight. Get one of our special little nuts and thread that bad boy on. Pop our little sensor wire back on. There we go, heard a click. And we'll tighten that 10mm nut. Rinse and repeat. All right, well, we got the front done. I just need to tighten up those 10mm coil packs on. But the tricky part is going blind on the back side. I've already unscrewed and taken out the coil packs from the back side. That's the easy part. Coil packs here, my little 10mm nuts here. But trying to get the spark plugs out, that could be tricky. So let's see what happens. Holy mackerel! Can I even? You can't even get that on camera. It's way back in there. Holy mackerel! How's that, guys? Can we see anything good? I mean, all right, guys. We are about to get a camera angle that nobody on earth says they can get. This is the rear side. I'm about to get the spark plugs out. I've set up my camera. Hope it doesn't fall. Okay, it fell. All right. Yeah, that is definitely the camera angle you can't get. But you saw it for 2 seconds. All right. Well, wish me luck here as I try to sneak this into the spot. Okay, this is taking a little bit of effort. I think I found the hole. Man, this is kind of scary, dude. I'm not sure. That I'm gonna be able to get my wrench in here and then to tighten it to spec. It's gonna be challenge. Holy cow. Okay. Righty tighty. Oh my goodness. That's tightening. Is that loosening? Clockwise? Oh, see? Wait, righty. Wait, right. And then left. Okay. Wish me luck, guys. This back part is definitely the challenge. Oh my gosh. I'm nervous, dude. I feel like there's no room to maneuver. I feel like there's literally no room. I don't even know how I'm gonna torque that. It's like, do I have to take some hoses out of here? Wow. Holy cow. I don't know if I'm over tightening. That's the thing. I'm gonna have to pause. All right, guys. I'm trying to get the last thing out. What is it called? The last spark plug. This has been very challenging. They don't share that in the videos, but I mean, you can't even do anything. As you can see, I got the ratchet on here, and it's like creaking and making lots of noise. Highly recommend the gloves. This is hard. There's no way around that.
Alright, so I realized that my microphone cut out, so for the next
8 minutes and 20 seconds, I'll be talking. Anyway, yeah, definitely the rear, super difficult, but I finally got out the old spark plugs and popped in the new iridiums. So now I'm getting ready to torque them on the backside. And yeah, it's a tight space, and it certainly takes some effort and a little extra time compared to the front, just because you can't get full rotations on your wrench there. But yeah, so basically let's just fast forward this a little bit. So I am now putting some dielectric grease on these coil packs and popping them back into place. Working on the second one, and it's pretty simple and easy. Now I'm ratcheting them up with my 10 mil, just hand tight. So each of the coil packs just needs that one nut at a 10 mil, and you're just hand tightening it. Technically you could go 9 foot-pounds of torque on that little nut, but just go tight like that, and should work out pretty good. So I'll finish tightening up all these coil packs, and then we'll start up the car. All right, everything's tightened up, so I'm gonna get inside and start the car up, and let's hope I don't get any misfires. So here we go, and we're starting her up, and what do you know? Yeah. Alright guys, that wasn't really my car, but it did start right up, and I felt pretty good about it. So if you liked this video, subscribe for more, and support the channel. Appreciate you guys. Check out sweetberry.store for some merch, and YouTube thinks you're gonna like some of these videos, and it'll recommend you watch them, and I do too. Anyway, it's been fun. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you on the flippity floppity.